WLBT. 3 on your side. WLBT News starts now.
We are less than 1 hour away from polls opening across the state for today's primary. Hawaii will host the Republican caucus and Idaho will host its Republican primary vote. Both Republicans and Democrats will take to the voting booths in Michigan and right here in Mississippi. We'll tell you what you need to know before you head to the polls in a live report. But first, we want to check in with First Alert meteorologist Julia Whiting with a look at primary day. Will folks need an umbrella, Julia?
You know, I think it's a good idea to have an umbrella today, but the deal is that it's going to be so windy, so don't be surprised if you have some issues with that. Right now, we're looking at cloudy conditions over the state of Mississippi with some showers in the very western portion of the state. Now, I'm thinking that when it comes to voting today, you're going to have your best conditions as polls are opening. Temperatures are going to be in the 60s at that point. Around 5 p.m., we'll be in the mid-70s with threat for rain. Polls close at 7 p.m. We'll be in the upper 60s then. And again, we'll still have that chance for showers around. I'll be talking more about what to expect for the next few days, how much rain we're looking at. That'll be coming up in a few minutes.
Well, you can make your voice heard today by casting your votes inside of Mississippi polling places. Jewel Hillary joins us live from Jackson with some last-minute Election Day reminders. Good morning, Jewel.
Hi, good morning, Joy. This morning we're outside of Span Elementary School, which is considered Precinct 35 in Hinds County. And like you mentioned, polling places across the state will open up in 1 hour at 7 a.m. Now, today's election will help determine which Republican and Democratic candidate run against one another in the upcoming November general election. Since this is a primary election, just as a reminder, when you go into your polling precinct, you'll pick up a Democratic ballot or a Republican ballot. Now, in addition to the presidential candidates listed on the ballots, some ballots will also include congressional candidates. If you have computer access, you can head to the Secretary of State's website and print out ballots for your precinct so that you can familiarize yourself with the candidates and do some research before you head to the polls. Again, remember, this is a primary election, so you will need to choose a Republican or a Democratic ballot before voting. Now, that rule will change in November for the general election. One other reminder, when you head to the polls this morning, make sure that you have a valid ID on you and make sure that you're voting in your precinct so that your vote counts. We'll have some more tips coming up later on in the morning, but for now, reporting live in Jackson, I'm Jewel Hillary. 3 on your side.
All right, thank you, Jewel. Well, it is decision day, not only here in Mississippi, but in Michigan, Idaho, and Hawaii. Michigan could be a defining point for the Democrats, and the Republicans are trying to turn the Magnolia State into a battleground. Let's go to Tracy Potts in Washington for the latest. Good morning, Tracy.
Joy, good morning. We're focusing on Michigan and the Democrats this morning. It's a big one for Bernie Sanders. He's got to do well there. They've got more than 150 delegates at stake. Today's Michigan primary could be Bernie Sanders' last chance to beat Hillary Clinton. He's disputing her claim that he voted against saving the state's auto industry.
What I did not vote for was a middle-class bailout for the crooks on Wall Street.
In a Fox News town hall, Clinton reached out to Sanders supporters.
I hope to win the nomination. If I am so fortunate, I hope to work with him.
Republicans are focused on today's Mississippi primary.
Raise your right hand, everybody. Do you swear that you're going to vote for Donald Trump tomorrow? Raise that hand. I love you.
Ted Cruz is going after Trump's supporters there.
We're seeing folks who had been supporting Donald Trump who are realizing he isn't who they thought he was.
We need someone that will unite this party, and I can and I will.
In Florida, Marco Rubio's the underdog, now facing attack ads from Trump.
All talk, no action.
The latest poll shows Rubio closing in, but still 8 points behind Trump in Rubio's home state. Florida votes next Tuesday. Now, John Kasich's doing much better against Trump in his home state, Ohio. In Ohio, in the latest poll, Kasich is only 4 points behind. In Washington, I'm Tracy Potts, 3 on your side.
And remember, we are your source for Decision 2016 coverage. Be sure to stay with WLBT on air and online. Our website, msnewsnow.com. You want to do this all throughout the day. You can also get instant alerts on your mobile device. And, of course, you'll want to download our free mobile app. It is MS News now. Well, in other news, we now know the name of a suspect in one of the capital city's 5 homicides from the weekend. Kendrick Morris is charged with murder and aggravated assault after police say he shot 2 people outside the Fuel Time gas station on North Sywell Road. 1 man died after that incident. Officials also worked a pair of double homicides, one on Saturday, the other on Sunday. Jackson City Councilman Kenneth Stokes says gun shows in pawn shops in the metro make it too easy for criminals to get guns. No arrests have been made in those homicide cases. This morning, we're learning more about one of the victims in the Fontaine Avenue shootout. 51-year-old Janice Grayer was caught in the crossfire. She was a mother to 4 children. One of her daughters, LaToya Cavett, was found dead in her apartment back in 2009. Grayer's family is asking for privacy. Yesterday, as crime scene investigators looked for additional evidence, a group of people went to Fontaine Avenue to pray for the city of Jackson. One of those people was a pastor from Washington, D.C.
We want to engage the leaders, the church leaders, the community people, just everybody come together versus everybody being divided. Come together. This is a tragedy. This is an epidemic that's happening right now.
Police say the other homicide victim is Samuel Davis. Investigators believe he got into a fight with several people that caused the shootout. We have an update on an accident we told you about last week that happened in Lincoln County. The woman ejected from her vehicle on Highway 550 in Lincoln County on Friday has died. 52-year-old Deborah Kimball was heading east on Highway 550 when she ran off the road and hit a utility pole. It is 6:06 right now, and it's about 59 degrees in the capital city. We've got your traffic and weather together. Take a live look outside with me here at I-55 and Lakeland Drive. Man, you know it must be spring break. The traffic is really light in this area. We've been pretty much saying that since yesterday when spring break started for a lot of families. So if you're going to be heading out to work this morning, as you can see, you will be A-okay. There's nothing out there that we know about to slow you down, and that is some good news. Julia.
And right now I want to show you what's happening over downtown Jackson. We do have some cloud cover that's been rolling in on the Alpha Insured Skycam, but everyone seems to be making it out and about A-okay. Your morning headlines. We're starting off cloudy and windy and warm. Temperatures right now are in the 60s. We'll be in the upper 70s for primary election. Showers are around today, but they'll be pretty limited, mostly west of I-55. We're looking at the threat for rain for the rest of the week, 2 to 4 inches of it possible. We'll talk more about what to expect for today, hour by hour, and for the whole week ahead. That's coming up right after the break. Stay tuned.